Today I will start a new topic, techniques of water distribution. So we all know that there are various ways in which the irrigation water can be applied to the field. Their main classification like free flooding, border flooding, check flooding, basin flooding, furrow irrigation, sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. So first one is free flooding or also known as ordinary flooding. In this method, ditches are excavated in the field and they may be either on the contour or up and down to the slope. Water from these ditches flow across the field. After the water leaves the ditches, no attempt is made to control the flow by means of levees. Since the movement of water is not restricted, it is also known as wild flooding. Although the initial cost of this flooding is quite low, but the labor requirement is usually high and water application efficiency is also low. Wild flooding is most suitable for close growing crops, particularly where the land is steep. Contour ditches, also called lateral or subsidiary ditches, are generally spaced at about 20 to 50 meters apart. Depending upon the slope, texture of soil, crops to be grown up, and these are the main factors. This method may be used on rolling land where the border, check, basins and furrows are not feasible. Now, what is border flooding? In this method, the land is divided into number of strips separated by low levees called border. The land area confined in each strip is 10 to 20 meter in width and 100 to 400 meters in length as shown in this figure. Ridges between borders should be sufficiently high to prevent the overtopping during the irrigation process. To prevent the water from concentrating on either side of the border, the land should be leveled perpendicular to the flow. Water is made to flow from the supply ditch into each strip. The water flows slowly towards the lower end and infiltrate into the soil as it advances. And also, when the advancing of water reaches the lower end onto the strip, the supply of water is to be turned off. A relationship between the discharge through the supply ditch, the average depth of water flowing over the strip, the rate of infiltration of the soil, the area of land irrigated, and the approximate time required to cover the given area is given by this equation. Now, check flooding. Check flooding is also similar to ordinary flooding, except that the water is controlled by surrounding the checks and the area with low and flat levees. Levees are generally constructed along the contour and having vertical interval of about 5 to 10 centimeter. These levees are connected with the cross levees and the convenient places is shown in the figure, and the confined plot area varies from 0.2 hectare to 0.8 hectares. Now, basically the check flooding, the method is suitable for more permeable soil as well as for less permeable soil. The water can be quickly spread in the case of high permeable soil, thus the reducing of percolation losses. The water can also be held on the surface for a longer time in case of less permeable soils for assuring the adequate penetration. These checks are also sometimes used to absorb the water and where the stream flow is diverted during the periods of high runoff. Now, basin flooding. Actually, basin flooding is a special type of check flooding and is adopted specially for orchid trees. One or more trees are generally placed in the basin and the surface is flooded as in the check method by ditches and water as shown in this figure. Next one is furrow irrigation. In this furrow irrigation method, as we described above, where the entire water surface area, while the furrow irrigation method is only 1/5 of the to 1/2 of the land surface is wetted by water. If therefore the result is less evaporation, less budding of soil, and permit the cultivation sooner after the irrigation. Furrows are narrow field ditches excavated between rows of plants and carry the irrigation water through them. Spacing of furrows is determined by the proper spacing of the plants. Furrow may vary from 8 to 10 centimeter deep, and maybe the length is 400 meter. It could be long. Now, sprinkler irrigation method. In this method, the farm water application method, water is applied to the soil like a spray through a network of pipes and pumps. It is a kind of artificial rain and therefore gives very good result. It is a costly process and widely used in USA, and also it can be used for all types of soil and widely different topographies and slopes.